In the next 30 days, I want to become a paid wig influencer. You already know when you come in my email that I'm trying to get paid. Honestly, they would much rather work with you with the smaller following. I ain't trying to get cussed out on Beyonce's internet, okay?
Alright, I think we're kind of done with this one.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ashley J. Y'all know the J stands for Janaya. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to break down how you can start working with wig brands, wig influencing with just a small following. If you have a large following, you can learn something from this as well if you aren't where you need to be. But this is for my girls who want to start working with wig brands and they only have a large following. I started working with wig brands, y'all, under 20,000 followers. I'm still not a huge creator, but I have worked with multiple brands multiple times, you know, the same brand coming back to work with me again. So I know a little bit about a lot of it, okay? So if this is something you want to, if you're interested in this video, learning more, make sure you grab your pen and paper because we're about to break it down. We're not going to be here long. I'm going to give y'all 5 main things you need to know. Probably about 5 main things you need to know. Y'all already know I'm going to keep it real with y'all. And we're going to get right to it. So let's get started, girl. Come on, sit down. And let's get right into this video. So first things, y'all already know, we're gonna go ahead and get it out the way, is you have to start posting content consistently. And consistency looks different to everybody, so we're not gonna just go into what your consistency needs to be, but consistency is something that you do the same over a period of time. So if you're gonna post 3 times a week, you consistently post 3 times a week for at least 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, but that's something that you do consistently. If you're someone who wants to post every day, then you're gonna do that consistently. I'm someone, I have emotional burnout from time to time, y'all, so I'll just post in bursts and then I'll go, you know, silent for like a week. Don't be like me, okay? Be better than me. But when I wanted to start working with wig brands, y'all, I knew that it was something that I was gonna have to be consistent in if I wanted these brands to notice me, if I wanted these brands to reach out to me, and if I wanted to start getting paid to be a wig influencer. So that means I started posting tutorials, I started posting transformations. I love doing transformations. If you are not new here, you know I love doing wig transformations, reviews, and just letting myself be seen. Like, I'm always wearing a wig. And so that's what the companies want to see. They want to see consistency right off the bat. Once you've mastered being consistent, y'all, the next thing you want to do is focus on your content. Focus on the quality of the content, not so much worried about going viral, because in today's social media realm, it's not always about going viral, y'all. I've had multiple viral moments, and some of them, y'all, helped me and some of them didn't help me. So when I realized like it wasn't about going viral, it's about putting out quality content that people can come back to get some type of value, some information from, learn something that, you know, that's educating them, entertaining them. That's the type of value that matters, not necessarily going viral, because going viral, you could reach an audience that's not even what, you know, you're looking for. So don't chase those viral moments. Focus on quality. Show up, show your personality, allow yourself to be yourself on camera. So I know for me, when I started out doing wig, when I was, you know, wanted to take being a wig influencer seriously, y'all, I was not so much talking to the camera because I wasn't that comfortable talking to the camera. So I would do voiceovers. I would do voiceovers in my videos, but I was still able to show, you still can show your personality through a voiceover. You can show your personality from the way that you record your videos, the way your shot list, the way you get different angles. All of those things can help in showing your personality, and that shows your value as well, because wig companies, you know, they're getting very creative. As the market changes, they are changing too. They're requiring different things. So you have to make sure you have to show all angles of yourself. Don't just be a one-trick pony. I know y'all done heard that one. You can't just be a one-trick pony when it comes to showing your value and what you bring. So yes, focusing, make sure you're focusing on quality and not just a viral moment. I was making content that also comes down to knowing like your target audience. So when it comes to your definition of quality, for me, I was making content for busy women on the go like myself. I'm a mom of 2, as y'all know. So wearing a wig for me, y'all, was just my sense of peace. So I was showing other women how they don't have to worry about, they have so much to worry about. Why would we need to worry about our hair, and how wigs have gave me back so much time in my day-to-day. So that was my quality. That was my value. And as we dive deeper into quality, y'all already know that your lighting matters, your background matters, your your lighting your lighting matters, your background matters, your appearance matters, your clothes, what you're wearing. All of that makes a difference, and all of that goes into quality when it comes to separating yourself from every other influencer. So many people say that, like, content creation is saturated, the wig influencer market is saturated, and it's not saturated because when you think of your top wig influencers, you only think of a certain number of people and a certain way that, when you think of wig influencers now, you only think of a certain amount of people and a certain type of wig influencer. You think of the ones that are a little more urban, they're cussing, they're da 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 da. You don't think about any other type of wig influencers because those are the ones who have made it big. So you have to do something. So a part of that quality, again, is just setting yourself apart from everyone else, doing something that makes you different. Like I said, for me, my target audience, my TA, was busy moms like myself, or just busy women period, showing them how they can save time, bring back some peace into their routines while not worrying about their hair and throwing on a wig. Because y'all, one thing about it, I don't have to ever worry about looking like the next person when I have 50 million wigs. Okay, I never have to worry about it. Like, I can change my hair up any way, how, shape, form, or fashion that I want to. Okay, we get on topic, but I'm just saying, I just had to throw that out there. But just going back to the quality, and I know I kind of skip right over it because I know you hear a lot of people say it, but your lighting does matter, and you want to highlight the subject that you're talking about. Like, so right now, and I know this video is not for promo or anything like that, but if I was shooting a wig video and I was shooting this wig that I have on, I would not shoot it against this black background because it's hard. The wig does not stand out. It actually blends in, even though you can see it against my top. But as far as like the background, you can't really see the wig because it's black on black. So those are the kind of things that you want to take into account when you're shooting, when you're filming, when you're getting ready to film. And that's why, like, outfits are so important. I was talking to one of my creator besties, and she was like, I just throw on whatever I feel like throwing on at the moment. I don't look that deep into what I'm wearing when I'm recording content, but it is time to start. Like, if you want to wear the same shirt, every time you film so people recognize you, or if you just want to give a certain aesthetic every time you're filming, those kind of things are what people are going to remember you by, and that's going to set you apart. Y'all, I have this Spice Girl t-shirt that it's a graphic tee that I found in Forever 21. Thought it was super cute, and I filmed a video in it. And not only did the video do well, many people were commenting on that t-shirt. So when the shirt is clean, guess what? I'm filming in that shirt. So those are the type of things that you kind of want to keep in mind and use as your advantage when it comes to filming content, when it comes to working with brands, when it comes to setting yourself apart, when it comes to putting yourself out there, when it comes to quality versus virality. Those are the things that you want to think about. And so that kind of brings us to the next point. Your brand, your personal brand is going to speak way before you do. When people come to your page, they need to know what you're doing. You're serious about what you're doing. They know what they're going to expect from what you're doing. When I get emails from wig brands, like, the first thing they're telling me, like, we love your content, you look so put together. They're, complimenting different things because they are paying attention. Like, you're going to represent their brand. So they want to make sure that they're putting the best of the best to represent their brand. So if you have a large following, don't worry so much about the following. I would tell you to focus on building your community and getting that engagement, y'all, because I really feel like that is what matters the most. I've seen people with under 30,000 followers, but their community is so strong that they've worked with top brands. They get to charge what they want to charge just because people watch their content, people engage with their content, and they have, like I said, a community that trusts them. That's what's most important. So like I said, your brand is going to speak way before you do. So as somebody who was already wearing wigs, it wasn't hard for me to transfer into being a wig influencer because I was already making wig content, because that was how I do my hair. Like, I was already making that content, so it wasn't hard for me to do the transition. But what I did do to make myself stand out there, to make it known, I did like a coming out post. So you know how, like, sororities, fraternities, they come out, they let the world know, or when you first, you know how, like, when you have a coming out story, you do the same thing with your content. So I kind of did it as a series, but it was also like a coming out. I made a post And I said in the next 30 days, I want to become a paid wig influencer. Y'all, I still get comments on that video to this day. People come on the post and they say, hey, I want to become a wig influencer too, or congratulations, or you know, you letting people know that this is where I'm going, this is what you can expect, this is what I'm looking forward to doing. And of course, you're gonna hashtag wig influencers, or you're gonna hashtag the different wig companies. So that's something that I think that helped me out a lot, because like I said, I was already posting wig content. I did not have the biggest following, but I was letting the people know that I wanted to become a paid wig influencer. So you already know when you come in my email that I'm trying to get paid. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did take a few free wigs, but you already know, like, I'm telling you, I'm coming out. This is what I want to do. This is my plan. This is how I'm going to do it. So I definitely suggest doing like a coming out post and just being very intentional with your content, very intentional about what you are doing if you have a smaller following. And honestly, y'all, this is another little tip. Honestly, they would much rather work with you with the smaller following. They would much rather work with you because you're going to be easier to work with. And I said what I said. You're going to be easier to work with. Not necessarily because of the price, but overall, you're going to be easier to work with. And do with that information as you will, because I ain't trying to get cussed out on Beyonce's internet, okay? So many. This one, y'all, is kind of slept on. And I see so many people sleeping on it. It's okay to put yourself out there. And I guess this kind of piggybacks off my coming out story. But it's okay to put yourself out there. Like, if you come across somebody's video, if you come across a company's email, if you come across their page, or if you come across something of their information, y'all, it's okay to reach out. It's okay to pitch to brands. Nobody's telling you to get on there and beg, but it is okay to pitch to the brands and let them know, like, hey, you can share your media kit with them. Hey, this is what I can do. I want to work with you. Are you taking any collaborations right now? Y'all, it is perfectly fine to put yourself out there. Like, a closed mouth literally does not get fed. And there's a fine line between asking for what you want and begging. And as long as you don't cross that line, you don't ever have to feel like you're begging, y'all. So hashtags and pitching to brands, tagging them in your videos, I'm telling you, that goes a long way, because they stay on social media just as much as we do, and they are always looking for new people to work with, because like I just said, they would much rather work with the person who has the smaller following than versus the ones who have the larger following. Trust me, they would, y'all. They would. So definitely put yourself out there in every way, shape, form, fashion. Tag these brands. Let them know that you are ready to work. Let them know you're ready to work. And if you've seen any of my other wig videos, make sure y'all go check those out as well. I do have a couple of, I need to make a wig playlist so y'all can just binge watch all of them. That's what I'm going to do. But make sure y'all go check those out as well. And if I have not answered any questions that you have, please let me know down below in the comments. But if you have been finding this information valuable thus far, go ahead and leave me something down below. Let me know that you're still tuned in, you still turned up, you still taking notes. Let me know, y'all. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, period. The last thing I'm gonna leave y'all with is to just start. Start before you think you're ready. Start before you have everything figured out. Start before you have the perfect setup. Start before you have 1,000,001 wigs. If you've been following me, you already know. I tell you to use wigs that you already have, because if you want to be a wig influencer, that means you already wear wigs. There's no way you want to be a wig influencer and you want to work with wig brands and you want to get paid and you don't have not one wig. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. So you don't have to go buy 1,001 wigs, y'all, because I promise you, the wigs are going to start rolling in and they're going to be free $99. So you don't go out and buy a whole lot of wigs, y'all. Start with where you are right now, but just freaking start already. Like, just freaking start already. Start already. Start as if you were already getting paid to be a wig influencer. Start as if you would have a large following. Just start. Show up how that person would show up. And I promise you, the brands that are meant to work with you are gonna reach out to you. And this is the last thing, another tip that I'm gonna give y'all, or like a call to action or some homework or whatever you want to call it that I'm gonna give y'all. If you've already got the ball rolling, you've already, you know, done everything so far in this video, you already got your wig ready, you already got your setup ready, you already know what to do, you just need a little, then that means, okay, so now what I need you to do is go get that piece of paper that you wrote some of your notes on, and I need you to write down 3 to 5 wig companies that you want to work with within the next 6 months. I want you to write down 3 to 5 wig companies that you want to work with within the next 6 months, y'all. When I tell you, you will be surprised. That is what I did. I seen someone else, another creator, tell me this when I was on this journey, and so now I'm about to tell you. And literally, y'all, the places, the people, the companies that I wrote down, I have worked with. I kid you not. God is my witness. I have worked with the companies that I wrote down simply because I put myself out there. I declared it. I claimed it. I drinked it. And it literally came to pass. So I want y'all to do that. Let me know, like I said, if you found this video helpful. You do not need a large following. You just need to start and show up as the wig influencer that you know you want to be. And let's just get this money. But thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. Like, I did not keep y'all long, so I hope you guys are happy with that. But if you were looking to work with wig brands, and like I said, you don't have the biggest following, or you just haven't gotten, you know, started with wig brands yet, let me know if you have any more questions down below in the comments. Or if you already have started getting your wig deals and your brand deals, leave something down below in the comments for the girls who might be in the comments who need a little bit of motivation. Y'all, let's help each other. Again, ask me anything. If I can answer it, I'm gonna answer it. Let me know if you're feeling this type of content. Like I said, I'm gonna put everything in the wig playlist, so you can kind of just binge watch, get everything you need to get. And me and the Bob is out. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see y'all in the next video, girl. Bye.